Mr. Dobrev, project coordinator of MultiNet Trading Limited Company for provided cultural antenna. I think that you are coming from Belgium. From Bulgaria, BG. I'm sorry. So please, the floor at yours.
Thank you, and thanks to Mr. Leopardis, we are now making the very first steps in extending the forums network as a cultural antenna in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. So right now, I'm sure that next time we meet, we'll have a lot more to report. And now I'd like to take a few minutes to present a Bulgarian company with a very interesting approach to employ technology in the service of culture. Okay, and after the long years of transition in Bulgaria and the emergence of the digital communications, a market was established for companies that bring the information technology in every field. And we have taken on the heavy task to support the cultural sites and to make the cultural exchanges easier and more accessible. Our company's main purpose is the building of the next generation of communication between the spectators and the spectacles, in preserving the cultural heritage as well as development of cultural tourism. The company is dedicated to financing the development of both online and in-house innovations, facilitating the management of institutions and to better their presentation to the public. And although Bulgaria is a new member of the European Union, even before we were part of United Europe, Bulgaria was a host, organizer and a participator of many cultural and international exchange and forums and events. And organization of such forums is usually a very difficult task and is often accompanied with a number of obstacles. So it is in such moments where the necessary intervention of organizations like ours are engaged in the full information servicing from advertisement, PR and to the ticket sales. For over 200 festivals which are held annually in the territory of Bulgaria, there is a real problem with the supply of the spectators with tickets and the information for the events. And to overcome the problems with control and to avoid the quotas for openings for the events, we disclosed many new temporary ticket information centers which operate with the data for the events in real time over the internet and through the system of Art MultiNet. And this is not related to financial expenses, but only with authorization through the internet portal, which means we provide everything to the institutions that we work closely with, and we take care of bringing the information to the end users. We are very proud of the successful partnership with the biggest and the most established cultural institutions and organizations in the territory of Bulgaria. From this partnership was born the biggest online system for full information services in Bulgaria, and we call the system Art MultiNet. Our public relations and web specialists built, maintain and develop not only this system but also the image of the institutes, and they are attracting new customers and constantly increasing the interest in those organizations and their production while maintaining the unique identity and style. We are constantly developing and maintaining the up-to-date national cultural and information portal, and it serves as a kind of an exchange for the events where the public can reserve and purchase tickets, and this is now for more than 15,000 events every year in the territory of Bulgaria. There is hardly any reason to explain the need of a dialogue and what's the benefit of a positive image and why it's essential to maintain an adequate online presence. We know and we understand that many of the cultural institutions, and that's not just the theater and the opera, but also the libraries, the centers, the museums, the archaeological monuments, they simply don't have the necessary resources to meet the requirements for these target audiences. And this is where we may aim our main direction, is to offer flexible solutions designed specifically to those organizations. In carrying out our intentions, we have met with some difficulties, but now when the problems were overcome, now our efforts are focused on offering this type of solution to every European Union member state, when laying out the foundation to create a single European cultural web link for the exchange of information and events. So it is our intention to strive for the implementation of a single European cultural information portal, which will enable information for as many cultural events, values and destinations as possible, while retaining the identity of each country and region. The start of this great wide-ranging European portal has already begun with the construction of the Bulgarian sub-portal, and we are ready and willing and also able to build the similar projects for each member of the European Union. So upon acceptance and understanding of the ideas, and we will need, of course, some lobbying for the implementation at the national level in each country, but this is the way we're looking forward. It should be explained that the identity and the color of each state will be preserved while keeping and exposing the information for each event on a high European level. So this introduction to the system and the establishment of the cultural information portals will improve the quality of creative output and also increase the competition among cultural institutions in the country. But sequentially, it will apply to the European portal, and furthermore, the information will be easily reached also by the younger audience. That means that through this similar service, the youth will understand that the internet is not just a place for recreation and entertainment, but it's also a place for spiritual enrichment and education. Art MultiNet system is trusted and is licensed by Visa and MasterCard, and thanks to already being operating in Bulgaria, it was imposed as a national bank card for culture and arts, which, in expanding the project on a European scale, can be transformed into a single European cultural credit card through which cultural exchange will be further stimulated and advertised. But we believe that the introduction and the use of Art MultiNet system is the way to preserve national identity and to overcome the fear of globalization, which is strong among the population of the member countries in the European Union. Ultimately, our aim is to find a way to turn globalization into a positive way of communication. Thank you.
Thank you very much.